Hey all, it's Dr. McVeary here with your kickoff video for our first module. And this is where we're getting into the definitions. What is storytelling? What is children's literature? Why are these important? What counts as literature? And I really want you to dive into these ideas. This class is about children's literature, but it's so much more. This is really the one class where we'll focus in on the strategies of writing and building writing communities and reading communities. And the best way to do that is to become a reader and writer yourself. So the way that this class works is the way that I would expect reading and writing to happen in your classroom, where there's a lot of choice involved, where you're actually exploring topics and giving students a chance to work with different kinds of modalities versus just paper and exploring ideas. But there's that natural story arc. That there's a structure in a sense that we follow and we break. And we're going to get to learn that a little bit. So each one of our modules will kick off with one of these videos where I'll go through and describe what you have to accomplish, when there's some due dates, but I will talk a little bit about the long-term projects in this video and describe how those will work as well. So with that, I'm going to go to our class. So we're going to be starting off with the elements of literature. Now, here is the website, and it is the same one that I've sent you. It's also available for you on Blackboard. So if I click on what is children's literature, here you will have your 4 readings. This is a series of 6-minute talks that you'll watch, and we're really looking there at what do we mean to define text. In the next one, the next text asks you to consider what is children's literature and what counts as children's literature. Then we think about what we consider, do graphic novels count as literature? And with this, I want you to continue this exploration as what counts as a text. And finally, Misha Wynn explores literacy spaces and out-of-school spaces and communities of color, redefining exactly, why is children's literature limited to this idea of what Dick and Jane used to be? What about the storytellers that have always existed, and the jazz musicians and the hip-hop artists and the poets, or your country musicians, your bluegrass players? Is that a form of literature? So we really want to get into that. Each week we break it up into read tasks, write tasks, and your participation tasks. For the reading, you have to complete the readings. The expectation is not, I don't need you to memorize everything. I'm not giving you a test, but what I do is, this is a text set. Like, I want you to explore the idea of what is children's literature and what is literature in general, whose stories are told and whose stories are discounted. So that's really what I want you to explore in the reading. With the write tasks, you have to write a blog post about the readings. It can be one of the readings, it can be all of the readings, but what I'm looking for is just an analysis of the text, your big takeaways from the readings. And you do need to draw on the source materials, but there is no word count, so please don't email me and say how many words. You don't even need to use any words. You might even do a video post as your, or you might end up drawing some beautiful piece and throwing that on your blog. So word count isn't necessarily matter. What does matter is, are you providing some kind of analytical lens against the readings? And are you doing that at a level that one would expect for college level writing? Next, then you have your participations tasks, and here you get to choose one. So the first option is to share a definition of literacy without using any kind of words, and to play with that. The second task you can choose for is that, just a writing prompt. And so there's, I'll try to give you different tasks that you can pick from. The other task is to really think about storytellers as alchemists. And what is alchemy? Well, many of you may not know, but I saved you the trouble of Googling it, and you can find a link to Wikipedia right there. Read that and think about that through the lens of storytelling. And maybe write a blog post about that. Maybe it's a series of tweets or a video, but basically just tell us something. What is storytelling? What is alchemy? How are they connected? So that's more of an open-ended, fun kind of response to explore. Now, these would all be due by Wednesday. But see, there's a thing with that. Yes, I hate to say that the modules are due by Wednesday. On next Wednesday, the next module starts. This class works best throughout the week. It's not just you can't treat it as a file cabinet where you go in and you hand in your assignments on Tuesday night right before Wednesday. Think about it as the module as our own arc through the story. We need to have that beginning and middle and end as the week goes. That's how storytelling works. So really, I want you interacting and commenting on what each other are writing throughout the week. And that will happen also as we annotate our pieces. The one annotation for this module is the Misha Win piece. And that will open up right to your annotation tools. And you should be able to select, oops, I'm not signed in. And you can then sign in to your group. This is EDU 307 Spring 17. And you can get started annotating right away as you read the piece. Now, after you do this and you publish your own work, remember you're going to be sharing it over to the class stream, and you guys have all you've done that. And I actually did something new for the first time. I actually gave out digital credentials and badges for first-time bloggers, and this is something that you can take with you, and you can ignore it, or you can end up building a portfolio and including your digital credentials that you collect throughout your college career or out through your career. I mean, now that Microsoft bought LinkedIn, I think digital, and you see Udacity with all these like micro credentials coming out, I think this idea could really explode. So I thought it was something I would try. So that's that email that you got inviting you to download a badge. And I will finish issuing those. But I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. You guys have everybody's gotten their blog set up. They're coming in. So just keep sharing that. What I don't see yet, though, are any comments. Nor have I asked you to make any comments yet. So that's not. But one thing I don't want to get is also that question of, oh, how many comments do I have to make each week? It's like saying, how many times do I need to raise my hand in class? We use the web to communicate in this class. So that means throughout the week, you're commenting to each other. You might be sharing articles that you find about children's literature that I didn't even think about posting. Maybe it's a good lesson plan you found on Pinterest that you want to share. But we really want to create a sense of community in our online stream. And you can do that through the comment features, and you can do that in our annotation pages as well, because you can reply to each other there. So I want us to really grow as we explore this magic of children's literature and thinking about, why do we tell stories? Why do stories endure in humans? Like, what makes some stories last thousands of years and others not at all? You know, those are the questions we truly want to get at. And then thinking about it, what does it mean to be children's literature? And what counts as a text in children's literature? So with that, I'm going to let you guys go and look forward to this module.